Last time on Unbeatable.
When you guys see Vermillion about 20 feet ahead of you in the darkness just disappear, you hear the distant sound of a splash. You see the light from the flashlight start to disappear, and then it starts to get like the dimmest of like it like slipping away, and then Coryne, you feel just a doof on the end of the rope as Bowie hits the end of the line, and it's not the bottom of the hole yet. You guys hear da-da-da, and as you guys are running, you hear doof, 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 running.
Coryne kind of goes, hey.
Oh, you've made it. I heard your conversation earlier about not being as interested in the information game, and you know what? I respect that kind of play.
Of the four of us here, who do you have dirt on?
Do you want to buy out a secret? Welcome to the Indigo League, where trainers grow and bond with their Pokemon to become the very best and prove themselves unbeatable.
We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon, and thank you guys so much for joining us on today's episode of Unbeatable, as you rejoin us in the fourth floor of the Seafoam Caverns, all the way down in a secret little heated cavern belonging to the Information Broker. Or, as our players have paid him for information, the name he's given them is Alistair Maple. At this point in time, we're having a conversation. Gavin has stormed out of the cavern for pretty valid reasons. But you have just asked Coryne, you have just asked, as to whether or not the Information Broker has any information regarding a specific rocket. And he is now extremely interested into where this conversation is going.
So?
Well, I'm going to need more information than that to go off of, because you said a specific rocket. But, boy, do I have a lot on the rocket.
No shit. How much are you charging for rocket information?
Well, again, depends what you want to know and depends which rocket you're looking for. If you want everything I have, that's going to be 40 grand. Yes?
Sorry, this is Matt.
Okay.
Do we have that laptop still? Or do we give that in?
I'm fairly certain that was handed over to the Rangers. The laptop that you guys pulled out of the admin's...
that would have just been a really big bargaining token. Not saying I would want to do that, but I would just
have
like,
the laptop be like,
hey, give me everything you have.
But yeah, so he has just mentioned that 40 grand is everything he has on the rockets.
And you said you have a lot.
Oh. I mean, they're kind of our number one search right now, given everything that's happening in the region.
Okay, so are several people coming to you asking for rocket information?
Yeah, it's the next thing they come to after tournament details here on Seafoam.
Damn, for real? Do the police contact you at all, ever?
No. In fact, we piggyback off a lot of their information.
So who's...
There's
you
a
say
lot
rockets,
of heroes
is it
out there.
All rockets?
I mean, there's the two different teams, so I just kind of lump them into a singular word of rockets, but there's the Crimson and the Blue Rockets.
Are there any other organizations?
That information's going to be an extra 10 grand on top of that.
50 grand. 50 grand for all the information I could possibly want right now.
50 grand for Aaron to open his fucking notes and just start reading. And for Aaron to just start reading.
So
I don't even know where we'd get
my
50
God.
grand.
Avid eagle-eyed viewers in the comments, how much money have we gotten from this entire campaign as of up to this point?
If
we didn't buy anything, how much money would we have?
I would put
let us
that
know.
50 grand.
if we're totaling all three of you and your
Coryne might
starting
have close
money.
to 30.
We
Yeah, I
can't
was gonna
count
say-
Vermillion. They've had it the whole time.
I'm not counting
Yeah, no
Vermillion, but
shit.
if I'm counting all three of you plus your starting wealth, I think actually you would be close to, if not passing 50 grand.
This is that thing in an RPG where if you just didn't buy anything from the store and just lived off the land for the month that you've started to game, you'd be like, oh, that person's selling a Magikarp for $1 million? I could do that.
I can do that.
It's
Literally.
I have a
This is
small
like that
loan of $1
point in the
million
games
Poke.
where they go to the bike shop and it's $1 more than like you can physically hold in the game.
Yeah. Give me 1 second, let me wake up my friend and see if they can.
Avery,
Go tap our piggy
we
bank.
said we weren't going to do that to them.
No,
Okay.
I'm asking that we can do this to them to protect their own information.
Yeah, not for the rocket.
If I had
itself.
my own money, I would do it for them, but I can't
Okay.
because I'm poor.
If you go over to Vermillion and attempt to wake them, they wake.
I'll go over while that conversation's
While that's
happening,
okay. So
yeah.
we'll get to you. Okay, then we'll do all that right after I continue this with Coryne then for a second.
Yeah.
So, Coryne, yeah, as you are there, there's kind of like this like sly kind of like ghost of a grin that's popped up on the broker's face.
You bitch.
But if you're looking for someone more specific, I can always bring the price down. Or if you have any information to trade, that's there too.
How much Coryne literally stutters.
How
Coryne,
much?
but like
much?
that's literally what Coryne is doing. Trying to think about
how much.
So what would information on a specific rocket be worth?
Depends on the rocket. If you're looking for some no-name grunt, I could probably pass it off for grand. If you're looking for executive information, that's going to be a little bit more pricey.
Okay, step out for a second as Coryne, and this is
step
Kenna.
out?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Kenna conversation really quick. Does anybody have any problem with Coryne info dumping about Graham and the executive that we came up against? Who I believe is executive Azure.
Executive in the underwater base, or
Yeah, that's the only executive you've run into. That's the only one.
Oh no,
That's Azure, right? The one that had the
yeah. No. That's a
That was a different.
That was Officer Lavender,
That was
I
an
believe.
officer.
Who's in
You're right,
who was
you're
in
right.
the episode 2. No.
yeah.
The only executive you run into was the one in the underwater base on Route 22.
Yeah.
So-
22?
I don't know about that just because that's still under wraps in my head.
Okay.
Because yeah, I don't think that's public that we did that to the base. And the moment I think anyone brings that up to an information broker, they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, I did meet these 3 kids that were
Or
doing
21
some
is what it was.
stuff."
21.
Oh, I see.
So maybe no, but I'm not
Okay.
Coryne.
So no
What
on
would
the
Coryne do?
underwater base.
What would Coryne do?
I mean, Corinne's willing to give the entire backstory of
Yeah, do what you
Graham
want.
up to this info broker to get literally everything else.
I'm not your boss.
Like,
What about
the-
you, Burrty?
like
You got any
all of it.
opinions?
Burrty doesn't mind what you tell him. Gavin thinks you should just punch him in the face and we should all leave.
Hmm. Okay, stepping back in as Coryne.
Okay.
So, can I trust that you're going to give me true value for the information I'm about to give?
That's my entire
Because-
reputation. If I gave you bad
Great.
information for a good amount of money, I would be out of a job pretty quickly.
Great, because full cards on the table here. This is the first time I've ever dealt with somebody like you.
Arya pipes up from the corner. Actually, this information is, I think, worth more than I paid, so I vouch for him. And Arya goes back to her, like, scrolling through all of her information.
Can I like gauge his face on whether he thinks that that's true or not?
You see the kind of, like, of the shoulders, like, maybe. To her, maybe. Not to him.
Okay.
Like- Like, if he tailored it more for her, he might have been able to squeeze a higher price, but ultimately he's happy with the deal that he made, kind of thing.
Okay. Because the person that I have information on, I truly don't know. I don't know what position they hold on the Rockets, which I guess is something that I'd be willing to trade for.
Okay. What's this person's name?
I go ahead and I give the name.
Okay. So to clarify, you're giving Graham's name?
Yeah.
Okay. So then if you're going to give all of your proper information, remind you, Graham's last name is Elhurst, if you've not written it down, because you said you give the name, so I wasn't sure. But giving all of the information about Graham that you have, and you're just like kind of dumping that like this is somebody you knew growing up, and like that you've had interactions and that you know that they faced rockets.
I'm giving a full disclosure. Mom in the
Okay.
hospital, all the equipment,
You're doxing the man.
all of
You-
the literally a doxing.
Okay,
all
we
of
can
the
no
people that he
longer
knows in
tease Gavin
Pallet
for
Town.
what he did in episode 1. This is so much worse.
This
This
is not a
way
friend.
worse.
Okay,
This show
okay.
should be called Unsnitchable.
Unsnitchable. Only snitchable.
Yeah, only snitchable. Well, you guys, not me.
Yeah,
Criminals,
Seth is unsnitchable.
Criminals should expect as much.
Okay. So as you kind of start to give this information, you can see that at this point, Alistair kind of pops back open his laptop and starts to pull up. And you can see him pull up like an image of Graham. And it's linked to like the image that you guys saw in the newspaper. And he's just kind of like quietly listening as you give this through. It seems like when it comes to absorbing information, he's one of the best. So he's active listening. He will ask clarifying questions every once in a while when you say something, or he'll be like, oh, wait, did you mean this or this? Or like, and it's assumed that he's done this. But the entire info dump only takes about 5-10 minutes in terms of everything Coryne knows. Gavin, real quick to check in with you. You hear healthy conversation still happening and it's fucking cold out here. It doesn't sound like your friends are going to be willing to leave anytime soon. Okay.
Gavin,
you know.
Gavin pulls like a hoodie out of his bag and puts that on under his jacket, and puts his jacket back on, and just sits and is grumpy and cold.
Okay. Yeah, Coryne, you give that full information dump, and Alistair kind of looks at it and goes, I see why this is important information for you. Overall, though, I mean, recruitment numbers have been high for both the Crimson and Blue Rockets, so this is just another recruit that's shown up. The interaction he had at the Pallet Town Pokemon Center, though, that's pretty interesting. Especially because he seems more than capable of controlling the 2 Pokemon he took from those Rocket members. As you see, he kind of like starts scrolling and he goes, I'm going to give information. I'm going to start putting money on the clock. Is that okay? Do you have a price at which you're going to max out of information?
For Graham, 5,000.
5,000? Okay. And you see he's starting to like scroll through the laptop and clicks a couple more links. And you see he pulls up police footage from like police cars.
How the fuck do you have that?
And you can see now that there is footage of Graham battling in Pewter City still. This footage seems to be marked towards late January. And at that point in time, over the course of a few minutes, you see different clips of him fighting with his Umbreon, fighting with a Primate, fighting with a Magnezone, and fighting with a Charmeleon.
Ooh.
But over the course of that, in terms of information that can be got, there is a moment where you look over at the like footage and you see that it's linked to a case file, but the case file has not been opened yet on the computer, meaning that Alistair probably thinks whatever's in that case file is not worth what your max cap is. However, he does turn back to you and doesn't bring attention to it. This is just something you note in the background. And he goes, actually, as far as I'm aware, this guy hasn't been seen in a couple weeks. Yeah, he kind of disappeared off the scene because he was one of the better battlers that the Crimson Rockets had up there, at least in terms of the non-executive stuff, just kind of stands out from the grunts. But I actually am not as familiar with the information I have on him. I can search it up because just kind of a grunt.
You're sure?
I'm
All
not.
the
I
info
mean,
you have
nothing's
on
ever
this
sure. No, I have more information on him, but anyway, it's above your price range. But
Sure,
what
how much above?
another 2K, 7K, I give you everything.
Fine.
Oh shit, you're agreeing to that? Okay.
Yeah.
Someone
That
didn't
was
show
Aaron.
their
That was
full
Aaron being
money.
surprised. Okay.
Well,
Aaron
I
doesn't
had
know how
like
much money.
8,000, and then I
Yeah.
spent it all on the protein. So
Yeah, Aaron doesn't know how much money Coryne has.
Full disclosure, it's about 13.
13. Okay.
Jeebus.
So as he kind of looks at it, he goes, okay then. And he goes and he double clicks on that file and it pulls up a PDF that also opens like a couple of different images. And at this point, you see that there is a Crimson Rockets executive with this, like, I don't think you're too familiar with the uniforms of the higher ups of the Crimson Rockets. So at this point, the uniform's kind of what stands out first, as it almost looks. Now, like, I want to say this in the least silly way possible, but it looks like a deeper red and black version of almost like a helmetless stormtrooper outfit.
Sure.
of like a tightened, almost like vacuum formed like plates, and some sort of like tight armor attached to them with like black suits underneath of them. And specifically, this executive has like a long black mohawk that's kind of over the top of it, and is wearing these kind of goggles that are almost the ocular sections of them seem to like rotate and move. And this is a slight. The photos are like of a conversation this person seems to be having one-on-one with a couple of different grunts, Graham being one of them. So these photos were taken actually a couple days before your person of interest was stopping being seen around Pewter, and honestly, like 5 days before the violence in Pewter kind of paused for a second. I don't know if that has any sort of, thing. This was still a couple days before the attack on Mount Moon, but that seems to be its own thing. In terms of the street level fighting in Pewter, that's kind of quiet for right now. However, I can't stand these Crimson Rocket names. I don't understand how they come up with these. This is Executive Dead Bones, and these guys are just goofy. I don't understand how anybody takes these guys seriously, other than the actual acts of terrorism that they do.
True.
But it seems like Dead Bones was speaking to specifically your person of interest and a couple others, and is sending them on some sort of mission somewhere. Best I can tell is it's not within Crimson Rocket territory, as that's been quiet for the last few days. But that's the leads I can give you.
Kenna is furiously writing. Coryne is looking pensive.
Pensive? Okay. If you'd like, we can pop away to Seth for a second while you're absorbing that.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So Seth, while that conversation was happening, you had gone over to Vermillion, and with just like a quick, like, light tap on the shoulder, they have rested enough to where they wake up. Because they've probably been sleeping for close to an hour at this point. And they go, oh, hey.
Howdy, morning, or
Oh.
noon.
You guys are here.
Yeah. We saw that you were asleep, so we just kind of left it that way and let you get warmer. It is kind of hot in here now, but are you physically okay? That was quite a tumble you took.
You can see that like they still have like the like little bandages with the salves on them on like bruises and stuff, and they go, yeah, I'm getting really, really tired of being in danger.
Just tired? Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
it's not fun. But you guys didn't have to let me sleep. I mean, Alistair
It's
got
fine.
to.
We're just
Yeah,
talking.
did you meet out? Yeah, and you see Corinne's talking to him. Oh, yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's the guy that we were looking for.
He is, and I think they're talking about something. But I did
Where'd
ask.
Gavin go?
Gavin went outside. I think out of
Why?
I think he's the guy that hit Ava, and they kind of talked it out, but like the outcome maybe wasn't to Gavin's full satisfaction. So,
Okay.
in fear of more tension occurring, he kind of stepped out for a minute. He might be back. Who knows?
Okay. And if not, I'm sure he'll be okay.
I did want to ask you though. This was something because they are an information broker. I asked a question, and this was purely out of just looking out for you, one of my very good
Okay.
friends that I have now met. There is a file on you. He said he has files on all of us, and I had asked him if there was a way to like wipe that file completely, but I don't
That's
have
really nice.
enough money to do it.
Oh.
And I didn't realize how expensive this stuff was.
It's what are we talking, like 5 digits?
10, 5, 10,000.
So 5 digits would be in the 10,000s.
I think he said 10,000 poke, right?
initially, and then he dropped it down to 8 for you.
Oh, there are
'Cause you were
4
nice.
digits. 8.
Oh, 4 digits. That's easy. Yeah.
Yeah,
no, we can
I
do
only have
that.
2,000 poke, so
Oh,
cool.
oh, we need to get you guys better
easy.
at budgeting.
It
Oh.
would. Okay, well, I think that we started at different levels with different things that happened, but if that is something you want to do, he also said that if anyone tries to get information about you, he would let us know. So
Okay.
I opted in for that option so that if
Um,
anyone's looking for you that you don't want them to be looking for you,
I mean,
we can kind of.
anyone who's gonna try and look for me knows how to find me. But I appreciate that, and I think I'm
already spent the
probably
money
gonna.
on that, so I don't think he'll let me get that back.
No. I was gonna. How much did you spend? Did you spend a lot of money?
Just 800. Okay.
Oh,
for that.
I have that. I can get that for you. That's
I know
fine.
you do. It's fine.
I got. But I really appreciate that. And I think I will probably talk to him about getting rid of that then, because I don't. A lot of it's kind of really personal.
That's what I figured, and you don't have to say anything more. I was trying to just have it all done before we left here, because I feel like if
Mhm.
we were to message him and be like, "Hey, can you do it now?" instead of it being like a physical thing that we can like destroy, if it's sent digitally, that might leave more like holes for other people to catch it on the way through.
Yeah. You do know that, like, if you put something on a thumb drive and you like break the thumb drive, that doesn't like necessarily delete all versions of that, right?
More of like it was a metaphor of like.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay,
you
yeah.
know.
Metaphors are cool. Metaphors are cool.
But you know, it just was. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
if you want that, it's there. Just thought
No,
I'd let you
I
know.
think I'll definitely talk to him about it. Did he say how much would be able to get rid of your guys' files too? I know you guys weren't necessarily comfortable with all the information trading stuff.
Oh, I didn't really see what was on our files specifically. I didn't really care.
Wait, did you see what was on mine?
Why would
Oh,
I?
sorry. Just the way you said that made it seem like you knew what was on mine, but not what was on yours.
Oh no, I guess phrasing, but no,
Yeah.
no
Okay.
one. I haven't looked at anything. I mean, Coryne might. I don't know. They're still talking, so that was a joke.
Oh, he
They're
said
just-
something that's got Coryne shook up.
I've never
Oh.
seen her been fist clenched so hard.
I have when she, threw a fire extinguisher at a guy.
Yeah, I only got the back end of that because I turned and they were falling into the water when that happened.
Oh.
It was over the
That
shoulder.
guy's definitely dead, right?
No, they had a rescue team there.
Okay.
He's just sleeping.
No,
We
just
stuffed
sleepy.
fishies.
In
Man
pieces.
is dead.
That man is dead.
He was definitely eaten by angry Magikarp.
One of them evolved to a Gyarados just to eat him.
Very fast.
Okay, but I really do appreciate that, Seth, and I think that I'll talk to him about that. Do you did it? And like they look over at Arya and they go, oh, "Okay, so she got what she was looking for then."
Yeah, it was. Well, I guess the list of everyone dissipating or something.
Well, then I guess that's kind of once Coryne finishes her convo, we'll pop out of here then, huh?
Yep. Unless I'll double check with Gavin to see if he needs anything from this guy. I don't think he will, but just for sake of formalities.
All right, then I'm gonna start getting ready to go, and then we can pop out whenever Corinne's done.
Sounds like a plan. I'll be over here, and I'll just start walking towards where Gavin is. Check on him.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna pop back to Coryne, then I'll pop to you and Gavin. So Coryne, at this point, he has given you a fair amount of information regarding Graham, given that he now has a new Pokemon. He seems to be standing out among the grunts of the Crimson Rockets, and specifically seems to be working under Executive Dead Bones. I'm gonna be honest. When I was designing the Crimson Rockets, I chose the cheesiest fucking names possible because I don't
love
take them
that.
seriously. I love them. They're my cartoon
Stick
villains.
True to the yeah.
They're my cartoon
Opposed
villains.
to alive bones.
As opposed to alive bones, wet bones.
Gross. Ew.
Don't cut that, editor. Don't cut it.
What were the
I'm
Pokemon
watching
that
you.
you said that Graham had?
So he's got his original
Umbreon.
Umbreon. Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Oh, the Umbreon, the Magnezone, the Charmeleon, Primeape.
And the Charmeleon is the one that you guys did not know about, and also a relatively rare fucking Pokemon for once again a random ass grunt to have.
I think he stole it.
Yeah. I mean, 2 of his Pokemon are definitely stolen
Right.
from other
Umbreon.
rockets.
And then who were they stolen from?
Exactly.
Corinne's just kind of sitting and absorbing, and then Corinne kind of like cuts him a side eye, and then like full turns back to him and goes, "So, do you have like CEOs of companies contacting you for information?"
That's information you got to pay for.
I mean,
And
I'm
then
not.
But he gives you one of those. But he gives you one of those like common sense looks of like, if you have to pay for the
Duh.
information,
Yeah.
then yeah, probably.
Okay. And I mean, you said you were gonna do. I mean, I really appreciate you trying to offering to contact us if anybody goes looking for some of our friends' information, as long as we give you a deposit on it. I assume
That's
this
just
is
part
a
of the
service
business.
you give to others.
Mm-hmm.
You have regular contacts of people that you give information
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I gave your buddy my card.
Hmm.
Kenna's trying to decide if she's going to do something. Kenna, do it. Do it, Kenna.
to. I don't think I have enough money for that.
Okay.
much you need?
okay. Remember, to be contacted, it's only a 10% deposit.
Fuck. I just
more.
wish I had money for information, bro. Okay.
She hasn't asked yet. I don't know what she's trying to ask about in terms of information, so I'm just letting her know that whatever it is, it's 10% of
I
that.
know. I'm just
I want
trying
Champion
to
Red's
decide.
phone number.
Do I want to know? Do I
The
want to
key to
know
his
more
house.
about like Bosco, or do I want to know who all directly contacts you for information streams?
One of those is much more
That's
expensive
a
than the
lot
other one.
more expensive.
One
yeah,
of
yeah,
those
yeah.
is going to be much pricier. Vosco's going to be way cheaper.
Corinne, after standing there in like a solid like 3 count silent pause that starts to get really awkward, Corinne just like shakes her head and is like, "All right, thank you. Respect, by the way, respect for the info game. I don't want to like you, but you seem
Okay.
cool."
Like a
You seem less than satisfied with this interaction.
Can't pay you, man.
Fair enough. Hey, you're about to be in a tournament. You got a pretty good shot of not winning. No, I don't think you have a good shot at winning. But you got to get a pretty good shot at like top 16.
Damn.
It has nothing to do with you as a person. You just don't have the skill in terms of experience that a lot of the trainers coming in are going to have. This is a completely unbiased view. If you make it higher than top 16, that's going to be impressive.
But it's not rigged, right?
No, not rigged. I'll give you that one for free. This tournament seems to
Thank
be
you.
as fair as possible. If anything, it's a little more fair than a lot of tournaments we see happen here. Other than a lot of people are coming from out of region to do this.
Actually, I do have one question.
Okay.
I only have 5,000 to pay for an answer. So
Okay.
if that's not enough, you don't have to answer, obviously. Are the Rockets involved at all with the tournament?
$500? No Rockets are involved with this tournament, as far as I'm aware.
There's no designs on it. Like, the tournament is safe, right?
That's a different question.
Safe from Rockets?
Yeah, $500.
Okay.
What's that mean?
Give him the...
Wait, he already told you. What are you paying him for?
honor, bro.
Yeah, that's part
Also-
of discussion.
Also, if Gavin says that out loud, Coryne
I'm
pointedly
outside.
looks over at the Typhlosion.
The giant fucking volcano
It's like,
creature that's
dude.
there.
I'm outside. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah,
Okay,
fair enough,
great.
fair enough, fair enough,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I think Coryne probably hears that in the back of her head, like a Gavin voice, and then looks over at the Typhlosion and is like, nah.
It's like Professor Oak. Now's not the time to use that item.
Now's not the
Something
time
like
to not
that.
pay this guy.
Gavin's
Yeah,
voice.
exactly.
Kick him in the gut and run.
Coryne kind of like slaps the money in his hand and like shakes his hand and is like, all right, thank you.
Yeah. You guys have a good day, and when you have more money, be happy to see you back. And since you have my card
Yeah.
now, you can
Take all my
contact me so
fortune.
you don't have to walk all the way down here.
Noted.
So I guess you guys will be on your way. He says a little bit louder to like everybody else in the cavern at this point. And at this point, I believe, Seth, you have already stepped out to talk to Gavin. So real quick, I'm going to pop over to that.
Good, man. It's kind of cold out here. If you want to come back into like the heated dome of heat, that's not
I'm good.
the icy cave. Like, are you sure? I know you and him have that tension of wanting to like rip his head off, but I don't think that's more important than like your body temperature going below what's healthy.
I've got my extremities are all tucked away. I'm
See how
good.
you stuttered when you said that sentence due to the sheer cold outside? You should maybe step into the warmth.
I don't want to overhear anything inside that dome that he's then going to make me pay for or anything else. I do not want anything to do with his deal.
I've only been in for 20 minutes. I'm only down 800 poke, which I'm being reimbursed for, so it's not too bad, you know.
Thanks for checking in. I'm good. Just let me know when we're heading off.
Roger that. It might be a couple of seconds, but we'll be back. And I'll run back in. I'm curious because he had mentioned something earlier. So I'll run back over to Alistair.
Yeah, you pop right in as he's like, so you guys are going to be heading out of here, huh? And then you walk in and goes, oh, hey.
Speaking of that, because we're friends now, obviously, you had mentioned that for ease of access, you said something about teleporting.
Yeah, one of my Pokemon will teleport me anywhere I need.
What about us? Because I don't want to take the stairs. The slides were fun, but I don't want to climb all that.
$200 a person. I'll teleport you guys up.
Okay.
Vermillion's like, oh, I got that.
Sick! Yeah!
Can you... Gavin! You hear, like, call from inside the cave.
You know, he'd hear that if he were in the warmth with us, but...
Gavin, we're leaving! Come here!
Stomps back in.
Yeah, he stomps back in. He goes,
looking very childish.
one of Alistair's Pokemon are going to teleport us to the surface.
Can he control this one?
Okay, I feel like that's unfair. We were talking about this.
Damn.
You know what?
Damn.
You know what? For that guy,
250 for this guy.
For that guy,
Oh, no.
400.
Damn.
And
I'll take
he
the
turns back
stairs
to
if there's that
Vermillion and
problem.
goes, "That's a joke. You don't have to worry about it. This guy's he's got a chip on his shoulder. It is what it is. You see it in kids all the time." And
Is he older than us?
Oh, definitely by at least a few years.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
He's the same age. I'm like, bro.
Yeah,
what are you
remember when I
talking
said he was like mid-20s?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Vermillion rolls their eyes, and you all kind of like stand together at this point. Together.
Is Arya coming with us?
Arya, like Arya's still kind of in it and looks up and goes, "Oh, what's happening?" Arya
we're
was not.
Oh my
paying
god,
attention.
Arya.
We're teleporting out for
Get
the
with
generous
Arya
price
was
of
looking at
200
Pokemon
per
cards.
person.
Oh, I have that. Yes, I can pay that. And Arya kind of like hands over 200 more poke. Let's go then. And you can see Alistair's like,
I'll double check. Did Vermillion do what Vermillion was going to do?
yes, at this point, I'll say that while you were out talking to Gavin and everything, Vermillion will have paid to remove their.
Cool.
I gotta remember to remove some money from Vermillion's thing so that they don't have infinite
Now
money
they only
forever.
have 6 million poke.
I'll give you the updated amount right now. Let me see here. Where's Vermillion's character back?
Editor, throw on like one of those, like it's like the life total thing, like on Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's just the poke.
Okay, inventory. So minus 8K plus another 800 for the 4 of you.
Damn.
So it's gonna go. No, I do not want that. Okay, so let's see. That's gonna go 5, 3, and then minus 8 is gonna go.
Poke.
Now they only have 235,520 poke left.
So a small loan.
God damn.
Just a small loan of 235,000 poke.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. Yeah, after a moment, at this point, you see that Alistair is going to click a button, and he goes, which one?
You have
You
more than
haven't done
one
any
Pokemon
work
that can
today.
teleport.
I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. What if one of my Pokemon gets tired or defeated in combat, and then I need to go somewhere? Yeah.
Good point.
And you see he's gonna take out a Pokeball and he's gonna put it on the on his laptop. There's a little like Pokeball holder, and it phases out, and a new Pokeball phases in. It seems like he's obeying the 6 Pokemon limit, but he's swapping out one of his Pokemon. All right, come on out, Moonshine. And he's gonna toss the Pokeball out, and there's a Clefairy, as a tiny little pink ball exists. Yeah, fun fact, Clefairy actually can't normally learn Teleport, but they did this run on TMs like 20 years ago that I managed to track one down of one-time uses that like almost any Pokemon from the Kanto region can learn Teleport from, which is really cool.
Neat.
Yeah. Anyway, Moonshine, go ahead and take us. You guys were at which Pokemon Center again? The one on South Island, right?
South Island, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and take us to the South Island training yard outside the Pokemon Center. Clefairy. It starts to get louder, and the cave starts to echo just a little bit, and the little fingers start to glow white. Clefairy. And at that moment, you just feel a shift of the wind, and it's painless. And instantaneously, you're in the warm, kind of warm outside area. And then 1 second, 2 second, 3 second. Everybody make me a fortitude check, please.
No, why?
As your stomach catches up with you.
Oh.
For my notes, and we can pause on this part while we do the rolls or whatever. Alistair has Clefairy, Typhlosion. What was the name of the fairy type Pokemon that we
Rabombi.
Rabombi.
Googled it. I don't remember off the top of my head.
It's fine, whatever. Rabombi,
yeah.
and then what was the
Noivern.
other one we saw? Noivern, and then Pidove.
Pidove. Yep. Yeah, and it seems like he has more Pokemon than the 6 limit. He just only carries 6 at a time, as is legal.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, we've only seen 5.
Yeah.
Technically.
And Clefairy is also fairy type. Just a reminder. Like, what was the name of the fairy type?
Well, we would have. I mean, Burrty would have. Dang it, you didn't catch that.
I know, I caught it. I ignored it. There was a difference.
Didn't react to it.
Yeah, Viridian would have known. No, fuck you. Vermillion would have known. But yeah. What was everybody's fortitude rolls? Yeah, just gotta be to
5.
6. Oh.
With your badges?
13!
Yeah,
13.
I rolled a 3 and a
Okay.
2 with plus 2.
Okay, I rolled a 6 plus a bajillion. So
Okay.
You know.
Gavin, it is that moment where your guts catch up with you and you find the nearest trash can.
I hate this guy.
As you teleport
This
and funnily enough, for everyone else who's there, because Gavin would be too preoccupied at this moment to notice as he's hacking a fucking lung out.
Buddy.
The guy doesn't actually look all that smug. He actually looks way more like sympathetic, like, "Oof, I know the feeling." But yeah, he goes, "Ooh, Anyway, I'm gonna head back down. If you need anything, you have my code. Don't lose that, because you're not getting another one. I wish you all luck in your guys' tournament."
Are you participating in the tournament?
Oh, no, I'm not a battler. That's not what I'm here for.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah. No. Heatsink does all of my battling for me, but he doesn't really like doing battles all that much. Yeah.
Sense.
Anyway, see you guys, and I hope you guys are happy with the information you bought. As he turns to like Vermillion and Arya, and looks like Coryne, and you see that like he kind of shoves the couple of like dollar bills that you had given him back into his pocket as you handed him.
I grin
much
a little
money.
bit. I grin a little bit and I say, "Peace out, Girl Scout."
And then just like that, Clefairy disappeared.
I hope
As
that
you
guy
guys-
throws up so hard when he gets back down there.
Anyway, you guys won't know, but I'll know. I'll know. Okay. But I'll know.
I hope he throws up so bad.
But
Well,
All over his
mission
computer,
accomplished.
destroying them all.
Yeah. Just projectile exorcist vomit. Okay.
So how do we feel about that, guys? Did it?
I think that could have gone way worse, and I'm actually totally happy with how that went.
Yeah, we should still maybe go to the Pokemon Center internally just to get checked out if there's anything.
Oh,
else that-
I'm gonna be napping for the rest of today. It's only like,
Or
and you
that.
guys look up, it's like 11 a.m.
That's fair.
Dang.
Arya,
Oh,
how
'cause
were
yeah,
you? All your info. You good? Happy?
yeah, I'm happy. This is gonna be my next few days. But thank you all for coming with me. I really appreciate the honesty and communication you guys kind of forced into our whole interaction. You guys are different, and I like that.
Glad we could help.
Staying on brand.
Do you need here? And Ari's gonna reach into her bag and pull out like a wet wipe and hand it to you.
Thank you.
Because she's got that kind
I
of.
feel like
bag
Gavin
that's
said
cut
that
for
with
me.
like hunched over a trash can with sunken eyes, like, yeah.
Dude, if you were an audio listener, go fucking watch the video for that because Matt's impression was great.
That's exactly how it's
Oh
going.
man. So, anyone cool and like any like celebrities in the tournament?
There's a couple of cool people in here.
Okay, no need to
but-
share. I'm just asking as a friend. No need for. Not gonna give you money.
Ren. Well, regardless, thank you all for coming with me, and I really do appreciate that. I will see you at the tournament, and then hopefully we'll be beating all of you at the tournament. But I'm excited to battle against you. Your teams look
Coryne, was she
interesting.
Talking like trash? Is that trash talk?
Like halvesies.
Like an attempt. There was an attempt at trash talk.
There was
I
some
think.
sort
Yeah.
of attempt that happened there.
Okay, got it.
Alright,
But
alright.
it's
If
like
you need a hand
passive
with
aggressive
anything,
trash talk.
if you need a hand with anything, just let us know. It won't
Just let
cost
us
you
know.
anything because we're not assholes.
Good to know. Good to know.
Well,
Slam her
Okay. I realized we should probably head back to the beach to return these jackets.
Oh,
Mm.
Slide them off.
I guess I could. I'm kind of heading.
Oh,
that
thank you
direction
so
anyway.
much.
You see, Arya's just like whoop, 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 like 4 coats just put into her
All
arms.
right, see you later. Bye.
As she walks away, you hear very distantly, "I didn't even rent one of these." She keeps going.
That's what friends do.
Exactly. You guys you threw the friend card down like 4 times, so she's just like, "Fuck, I guess I gotta."
Hey, they could have just told me if there were anybody cool in the tournament, but no, they
Yeah,
had
she
to.
said a few.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
going
that's not
to-
accurate information.
I'm going to
Just
go
so
in
far, they
and
could
get
just be
checked
us.
out, make sure I'm actually okay, and then I'm gonna go rest for the day. What are you guys gonna do with the next couple days? Because I feel like it's just gonna be training for the tournament, right?
Yeah.
Guess so.
Oh shit, we
Uh,
gotta move all of our stuff to the. We already
did.
moved all of our stuff to the tower. We did that.
You're tired.
Guys, I might have short-term amnesia. I don't know how concussed I am.
I would say you can
I'll
either go to the
hear.
Pokemon Center, or if you want to go to the Bosco, they probably have a little medical ward that you can get checked
Well, we're
out.
already here. Is the thing. Like, and they point to the Pokemon Center that you guys were dropped off at.
And I point to the
Mm.
large building that's like just a block away. That's right there.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, let's do that.
Okay.
But I guess it's just training for the tournament now, right? Till the tournament happens.
Seems like it, I guess. I don't really know. Did you want to go? Well, I guess where you were training was in the caves. We could probably just train in the building.
I think I was only training in the caves to like kind of try and keep some stuff secret. But based off of everything that was said, I feel like the caves are now the most observed place possible on this island. So
Well, if only we had a large corporation that was potentially scouting us that has large, spacious training facilities.
you know that wasn't there
Does anyone
when I
know where
went
we
down
can
into
find
the
one?
caves. You know,
Oh,
I feel like that's unfair at this point in time. You didn't have that when I was down training.
and that's because you
Coryne-
didn't believe in us.
Coryne Coryne starts to like go over to Vermillion and like puts their arm around their shoulder and is like, "Come on, like I'm practically gonna
Okay.
like backpack carry them."
You know, this is. I was gonna say no to this, but like after the
Let it
cold,
happen.
your muscles are really warm.
Yeah, just
and they
let it
just kind of like
happen.
lay there. It's like your back
And
is
then-
like so wide.
I know, it's pretty great. It's the lats, I gotta working on them. And
You
then
work out?
as no, I don't even exercise.
You've been with them every day.
It was
for
the
the
"do you
past-
work out" was a joke. It was their vocal fry just ruins their ability to do humor. Apparently,
As we're walking, I kind of throw a chuckling glance over at Seth and I say, "The horse is dead, but the whole building, you can quit beating it. We're going."
Anyway.
Gavin, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Layered question, multiple. Are you physically okay? Are you mentally okay?
And spiritually, how are you doing?
Spiritually, we are concerned.
Hey, I actually was meaning to ask. Since we're all going to be in the tournament, what are we going to do if we end up against each other?
Fight our hardest.
I was gonna say dance competition, but that works too.
Okay.
I would love a dance. I would whoop.
So no
all
hard
y'all
feelings
in a
if I
dance
win.
competition.
No.
I'll hold you to it.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
No. It's
Coryne,
not.
like-
It's not. This isn't like a cocky thing. I was just making sure because I know that I'm not going to have hard feelings if any of you guys beat me in a battle.
I mean, we already
okay.
battled like day before yesterday, so that wasn't
Okay.
I feel like that.
Yeah, it's just as far as I'm aware, in terms of a professional setting, none of you guys have had your first loss yet, so it's kind of like a big deal. Yeah, because I already had my first loss. That was last season, so like it's not as big of a deal if I lose a match, but if you guys lose a match, it's kind of like your whole score goes down. Your win-loss record changes. So I was just asking.
How did it go?
What do you mean?
The one that your first loss.
Oh, I was being an idiot. I didn't do my proper research before going into a fight. I wasn't prepared for the abilities and moves I was going to run into, and because of that, I lost. So I know that you guys kind of have like an issue with everybody going around like buying info and stuff, and I actually really appreciate that because I think people are way too secretive. But I also think research is important. Like knowing who you're going to be up against can change stuff. That's kind of why I think the battles between us and what was his name? The fire gym leader. He was really stinky.
Brand?
But Brand. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't talk to him all that much. He was old and weird. But the gym battles with Brand, I think, were a little bit more difficult than the gym battles against Silver, not because necessarily it was necessarily a stronger fight, even though it was, but more because you guys weren't prepped for exactly what you were going to fight before you went in. Like, whereas you knew the
I looked to
exact
Bowie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could say the same. That was those were two different fights for us.
Bowie just kind of goes, ta-da-da, ta-da-da. Yeah. Anyway.
A lot.
But yeah, so if you guys, do end up losing, it's okay. It's not that bad. All right then. Oh, is there the big build? There's the big building. All right. Well, I wonder where we could find a large building full of a corporation. That's the bit, right?
Horse is dead, and I walk in the door.
Oh, you're such a bitch. You're such a bitch. Okay, you guys head into Vosco.
Badge. Just wanting to walk past the front desk.
You guys get past the front desk, get past security. You walk into Vosco, and at this point, we are entering another one of those fluid moments of time where I currently have a couple of things that you could do over the course of the next few days. Audience, we've just had a quick discussion about stuff, but we have a couple scenes we want to get to before we talk about downtime. So with that, you guys had entered Vosco Tower, and I believe, Gavin, you had a couple of things you wanted to do before we enter downtime.
So at some point during the day, Gavin is going to kind of gather all, like, the full party, Coryne, Seth, Vermillion, in, like, the lounge area of where we're allowed to hang out. And he's going to, like, sit them all down. It's very, very kind of like, you've got to bring your parents in to tell them news.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what are we doing? Coryne like immediately gets nervous.
And he's like, got very kind of nervous energy, and he's kind of pacing around. Yeah, okay, so, got a thing. I feel I ought to share that because us entering this competition kind of represents us stepping into a wider arena. There's going to be people coming from outside of region and stuff like that. So, a few years ago, more than a few years ago, there was this really big trainer in the Sinnoh region who did some not great stuff. He used this kind of prototype Pokeball to force a Pokemon to do what he said. The Pokemon that he did this to was Cresselia. I don't know if you have heard of that Pokemon. It's a legendary, kind of like moon Pokemon.
A legend? You just said somebody captured a legend and forced them to do what they wanted?
Yeah, but they lied.
Gotta be illegal, right?
they lied
Definitely.
to the world and said that, you know, that they had managed to, they were such an amazing trainer, persuade the Pokemon to join their team. And then
Like,
eventually...
paint the Pokeball or something?
Sorry?
Did they, like, paint the Pokeball to make it look like just, like, a normal ball if it's, like, a prototype thing?
Well, not
I
really,
feel like that's
but...
not what we should be focusing on. Yeah, I feel like that's the wrong part of the story to be focusing on.
Anyway, so eventually the news broke that people found out that he was actually forcing this Pokemon to, and he went to ground, and there was a whole big stink about it. But that Pokemon trainer was... His name was Armand Kingsley, my dad. We didn't know about this. The news separated my parents. My mum took us away to Twinleaf Town, and we changed our name to Newman.
Okay. Are you... Okay.
There's not a lot to this news, like, in terms of how it's going to change how we do things. It's just that I would rather you hear it from me, because it's not that hard to find out that I am. You know, we didn't change our names in secret. We weren't celebrities. My dad kind of was, so it was kind of easy for us to vanish. But if you do, like, even a cursory amount of digging, you can find that out about me. So it's probably gonna come out soon, and I just would rather you heard it from me. Especially because we know there's people here digging for information and sharing that information.
Makes sense.
Are you
thanks for sharing it? That you felt comfortable, like, letting us know ahead of time. That's good. You were gonna say something, Coryne?
I was just... Are you anticipating this, like... I mean, I get... are you anticipating this coming out during the tournament and then, like, casting, like, a really... Are you worried about, like, a negative light kind of coming to you?
A little bit. It has kind of hung over us for a long time. Maisie has to deal with it way more because she's fighting in Sinnoh.
What are the kinds of things that she deals with?
Well, just you know, people don't sometimes treat us great. They assume that we're as bad. Very much sins of the father kind of thing.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I'm sorry that you have to deal with that. That's not something that is, like, that shouldn't be on you. And I'm sorry that's a thing that is a part of your past.
And then there's just the tiniest little inkling of a problem more that this all might affect us, is that my dad is in Kanto doing...
He's not in prison?
Oh no, he vanished. I missed that part of the story. What he did is illegal. They were after him. He's now gone to ground. He shows up, he resurfaces every now and then.
How do you know he's in Kanto?
Give us
My sister sent me a news article.
Hmm.
Can I see the news article?
Yeah.
What?
Is he gonna try and meet you at the tournament, you think? Or
I don't know about that.
that's a pretty public spot.
Yeah, and I don't even know if he's looking for me. He could have found us before now. I mean, he's
Sure.
more recognizable in Sinnoh. He can move around easier in Kanto. I don't know what he'd want from me. But he's a shady guy. That the thing he used was developed by this the Team Galactic, right?
Yeah, it was the similar to the rockets in the Sinnoh region.
It was developed by Team Galactic, which is kind of like the Team Rocket of Sinnoh. So I don't think it's unexpectable that he's probably working with one of the criminal organizations or multiple of the criminal organizations here. Like, he's not above that kind of work.
Well, Coryne, you had bought the information that like the Rockets aren't going to be at the tournament, though, right? So we should be safe for that.
Not necessarily, no. Just because, I mean, Armand Kingsley, your parent,
Donor.
if he's not working directly with the Rockets, it's entirely possible that he could have a representative there, somebody he's working with. I doubt, if what you're saying is that people are looking for him, I doubt he'll show his face, but the tournament is safe from Rockets. It does not mean that the tournament is safe.
This Omni Stone thing is also totally the kind of thing he would want.
That's all.
Did he have
really heavy.
like remorse for being like found out and or like had?
I was quite young when all this happened. I don't really remember.
Because who knows? Maybe he's turned a new leaf and is working to right his wrongs that he did in society.
There's
Not
no way
according
he
to
could,
this
like,
article.
make more of those, right? Like he only had the one ball, right?
Well, it was a prototype, so
Okay. And this galactic team, they don't exist anymore? Right?
I'm gonna need the professor.
As
to
far
confirm
as
that
you're
one.
aware, Galactic has been disbanded for many years.
Yeah, Galactic. I don't believe they operate anymore.
Okay, so nobody's gonna make any more of these things.
I cannot. I don't know. I don't. I want to say yes. I don't know.
Okay. Ken, I saw a hand.
Based off of everything because Coryne is just kind of like cross-checking a lot of stuff. There's like too much happening in the world and it all seems like it's not connected, but in Corinne's mind, it can't, I mean, it could be all happening all at once and not connected, but it seems like puzzle pieces just floating. So Corinne's kind of like cross-referencing a bunch of stuff that she's seen and heard. The technology to build a prototype of a Pokeball like that. Have I seen any inklings or anything of a development happening with Pokeballs, like in either the Rocket Center that I can remember or in the Vasco building?
With the Rockets, you actually saw the exact opposite. If you recall, you guys found like Pokeball splitters in the underwater base in terms of like just breaking Pokeballs. So if anything, they're not looking to create more destroy. In terms of Vasco doesn't really do Pokeball technology stuff. That was all Silphco. Vasco is very much... It's true. Vasco is very much more like health items, evolution items, more on that side of things. And in terms of the Crimson Rockets, you've had no interactions with them.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Okay.
Well, we know you're not your dad because obviously we've seen you capture all your Pokemon. Sans Ava. Just kidding. But I think
Ava's about to burst out of that fucking Pokeball.
If anyone were to question it, there's enough video footage of you being a great trainer that I don't think that will be like a problem with anyone, or like they're gonna say you're just like him because you're not. I don't know how they would say that. Has anyone like commented on your stuff with that so far? Have they like looked into it or tried to?
I'm struggling to. We've been on hiatus. I can't remember. I thought there was like someone alluding to it.
There was. You weren't on screen for this, but definitely the information broker mentioned that he had that information. But also, Miss Adeline Voss, when she looked you up during your guys' interviews, the doctor did find something regarding you.
Well,
she had given you
social media comments, stuff like that. Like on
Yeah,
in terms
there
of
was someone on my social media that had alluded to it. I might be
in terms
misremembering.
of social media, if I remember correctly, this was when you were dealing with stuff while you were here on Seafoam. There were like comments that like you were like, oh, maybe that could be, but there was nothing like concrete in terms of like people saying, oh, this guy's dad's a fucking criminal. Which is how Twitter would sound now. Yeah.
Oh, I think you'll be fine, but we will help ward off any bad whatever might occur.
I mean, I don't think there's going to be any major problems with this. I'm not asking you to, fight for my honor.
I'll have Coryne kill for you if you need that.
And I will do
I will
it.
also have Coryne kill for you. I mean, you're the only cold-blooded murderer here, so like
You're the only one with a
it's
body
okay.
count here.
Yeah.
Excuse me? When did I ever kill anyone?
Fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher.
I don't think that's needing to be said
Yeah.
with cameras around.
But why don't we reach back out to Alistair and see about seeing information about your dad? Like, if it's as well known as you're saying, there's no way he doesn't have that kind of information.
I'm sure
And at least
he does.
you'd maybe be like on a discount, hopefully.
I don't want to go looking for him.
I mean, just to avoid him, not necessarily like because
It's like knowing to know where to not go.
it's like when you're playing Battleship, so you know where to not shoot. So like you're like, you know where all the battleships are, so you can like hit them or not hit them depending on how much you want to fuck with your opponent.
Let me rephrase. I want us to continue as if I have no connection to that guy.
Okay, we can do
Noted.
that.
Easy enough.
Fair enough.
What are we doing for lunch?
I'm very hungry. My stomach is void.
Ooh, let's do that pizza chicken sandwich thing you did. That sounded
What the
pretty good.
hell what are you talking about?
In the cafeteria? Coryne, don't look confused. You had one too.
Yes, I did. I completely forgot.
don't-
Hey, and it's actually delicious.
A pizza chicken sandwich. Do they sell that somewhere?
Separately, yes.
Like fried chicken on a pizza. And then
with another
pizza
pizza on top.
I would like to ascend to this heavenly plane. Yes, let us go get that. That sounds good.
Well, no,
That
there's no
sounds
lettuce
good.
on it though.
Oh, thank God. All right. And as you guys head to the cafeteria, Gavin, did you have anything else that you wanted to do before? Because you'd said two things.
And one more thing. It's not really a scene, but basically, now that that's all done, the real reason Gavin thinks this story's going to break is because he's about to blow up someone's spot.
Oh shit!
no,
You're gonna
no.
do it.
Oh, we need
You're gonna
information.
do it.
Gavin is going to make a post on Pokegram, which is the picture of the guy, and then basically it's like a story being like, we were down training in the caverns in Seafoam, and we came across a hidden camera. We traced that back to this guy, basically not calling him an information broker, basically alluding to that this guy is a bit of a creep, and
Gavin,
that he's got a
You're gonna have to
Typhlosion.
make a new handle because that account's gonna be deleted and reported.
I gotta roll a technology check.
so quickly.
He's got a
I gotta roll a
Typhlosion,
technology
a
check.
Noivern, a Pidove, an Abra, a
You're
um,
doxing him.
He doesn't have an
a
Abra.
Clefairy. Does he not have an Abra?
No.
He was
No,
alluding
no,
to having an
Abra.
Abra at one point.
A
You didn't see
Rabombi.
it, but he alluded to
Oh,
it.
okay.
A Rabombi and a Clefairy, and he
Okay.
doesn't necessarily know how to control them.
Okay. So, Gavin, your tweet goes up. Roll me a charm check, adding your badges twice because
'Cause I
this
get
would go with
that on
your Pokemon
notoriety.
trainer thing.
I am
Yep.
horrified.
We just made a cool friend.
15.
Nope.
15? Okay. With a 15,
We've now made an
you are
enemy.
going to succeed. You're going to get about 200 reposts in about an hour.
Yeah, I'm like asking people to signal boost.
It's gonna be about 15,000 likes, and then after an hour and a half, your account is banned
Whoops.
from a mass report of some kind.
He doxed me.
No, you
Not
doxed him.
No, what's the one where they get a load of fake accounts?
Yeah, he did that.
DDoSed.
Oh.
They DDoSed me.
And you see Newman is currently a banned account.
I'm gonna appeal that ban.
Newman. Okay, you appeal, and we'll
Um,
see how that goes of the
Because it's
of the
gonna
coming
go.
days.
Because it's gonna probably trigger as like they're gonna read it as bots. So
Yep. So you appeal that, but that's where your account currently is at the moment.
that's
You
fine. I've
currently
got
are sitting
training
at
to do.
0 followers.
we
0
don't know
posts.
this. We don't know this, right?
I
Gavin
feel like
Gavin wouldn't tell us.
Can-
that
I
he
wouldn't. I
did
wouldn't
this.
tell them if they go and
if
check
he's not
Pokegram.
telling them, then I'm gonna have, if any of you would be on social media for the rest of the day, because again, the post is only up for an hour and a half. So if you think you would be on social media in that time, we can roll a technology check to see if it comes across your feed.
What would Bowie's technology check stat be?
That would be special attack.
Okay.
roll bully. When are you gonna get Bowie his own phone? Is my question.
He's got mine. He's fine.
I didn't
I rolled an
put on the
8.
post the guy's fake name.
Okay,
You
you didn't put his definitely real name.
Wait.
Okay.
So you did not put
I didn't
Alistair?
put any
Maple.
name.
He didn't-
I didn't put
Yeah, he
any
didn't
name.
put Alistair Maple.
I see.
Yeah.
I use pronouns. and
Do I
that's it.
add
have to-
Bowie's rank or my
Need a new
badge?
face.
For this, let's go ahead and add his rank. Because it's Bowie doing
Oh, just
the checks.
kidding. I forgot about my badges.
6.
Okay,
I got a
6.
10.
Okay, 10. Bowie does not come across it. He's too busy looking at videos of Milotic on TikTok. But Coryne, hey, it is what it is. But
What does that
Coryne-
mean?
It is what it is. Coryne, you are gonna go ahead and you are gonna catch it on the tail end of the post being up. You're gonna see it with like 150 reposts and like 13,000 likes, and you're gonna see it, and you just see the number click, 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 clicking up, and then after a second, the post disappears on your feed.
Corinne, are you okay? You're not touching your pizza chicken sandwich.
You came back for dinner. This is a separate pizza
Are
chicken
we,
sandwich.
are we at
The Chiquita
I feel like it'd
sandwich,
be at lunch
I'm
if it was
naming
an hour. We'd
Chiquita
Wait,
sandwich?
Chiquita.
Is Gavin at dinner?
Pizza.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just like,
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are on your second Chiquita of the day.
I walk up to the table from wherever the hell I was. I set my phone down on the table face down, and I lean over Gavin's shoulder,
he
and
has
I
my
look at
shit-eating
him.
smile.
and I
Can I
say,
help you?
"What? Yeah. Did you delete it? What did you do?"
I checked my phone. I got
Your
banned.
account is now banned. Yeah.
What
got
do you
banned.
mean you're
What did you do?
banned? You didn't see it?
No, Bowie, what are you doing on my phone?
What are
Why
we
are you
talking
looking at a
about?
Milotic?
And Bowie just goes, "So did I," and hands you back your phone after closing the browser.
Okay.
Could I have like screenshotted it?
Yeah, sure. We'll say sure. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
I'm counting on
I
the fact
slide.
that hundreds of other people might have done that as well.
Oh my god! I slide my phone over, and I'm just like, dude,
Why
Ballsy.
did you do this?
we're never gonna talk
He
to
was
that
our
guy again. Are you okay? Like, are you? And Corinne immediately starts looking around, like, oh my god.
Do I call him? Do I call him to be like, hey, I don't know what this is about?
No,
Or-
no, we don't call him.
Vermillion's gonna look at you, Gavin, and they're gonna go, "While I don't respect the method, I respect the revenge." And they give you a fist bump.
Oh my god. Okay. This is fine.
Was
can
it petty?
Can I check?
Yes, it was petty. But you know what? I had to get revenge for Ava somehow.
I think this is a step above petty. I think it's Gavin. I think Gavin is one step above petty. I think is
Oh
the new
my
word that we're
God.
Can
gonna
I
use.
check the Poke forums
Yeah, you check the
to
forums.
see mentions of not how if you search a username, it'll show like if the
Yeah,
account's
yeah.
deleted, you won't be able to see it. But like,
You check the mentions, and it looks like as quickly as forum posts are going up about this guy, they're coming down. As
what
quickly
broken
as they're going up, they're
sentences can I
coming down.
get from the
You get broken
the header
sentences.
posts?
There are definitely a couple of people who are like over defending, and it's like, okay, those are definitely customers. And then there are like people like, whoa, wait, I couldn't find anybody. Like there are people who are like, man, I wish I had access to this kind of information. And then there's like, oh yeah, the rich elite who are out here buying information, blah 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 blah. It seems like there's every take on the internet possible that's there.
Got
Dang.
it. Okay.
It's fine
yes,
if it's fine if like the information got out that he's an information broker. I very specifically did not mention he was an information broker.
Okay, you
I
just
wasn't-
mentioned the caverns.
I
Okay,
wasn't
okay,
trying
okay,
to. I wasn't trying to send customers his way. I was
Okay.
basically saying, we found hidden cameras. This guy seems like a creep.
Okay, never mind. Then there's not a lot of takes. It's a lot of, wow, this guy's a fucking weirdo. Like those are going up, and it's a lot of like the Pokemon forum stuff then going with the point of, man, I knew routes were gonna be weird, but there's some weird fucking people on the routes. And it's not looking good for Mr. Alistair over there.
Oh no!
Oh nar.
What a shame. You have to find a decent job.
That was
Okay. That was a very decent job for him. Wow.
Okay.
You saw he had a Typhlosion, right?
Was he going to
Cool.
attack us?
I mean, if it is involving protecting his livelihood and he's wanting some type of revenge, we don't know this guy. We just met him. Why would we make him mad so quickly?
But yeah. So, with that being reacted to and having happened, real quick, I want to chat with you guys because we.
I said I was going to do this, guys. I did this. I said that last session.
You did. You gave us fair
you were
warning.
serious.
You gave us so much
Kenna
fair
did not
warning.
think you were
I thought you were
serious.
threatening it. I didn't think
Kenna
you were
should have
actually
known.
going
No,
to.
if I was
so
threatening
happy.
it, I would have shown him I had the picture.
Oh god, I love this fucking game. God, I love this fucking game.
If you're making threats, you don't intend to follow through. Sorry.
What did Lucky Roo teach me? Guns aren't for threats; they're for action.
Oh my god.
Also, I could have threatened him. I didn't want anything from him.
That's true. An apology, maybe, like a proper one. But yeah, as we're going into this, a fair warning for the audience: next episode will be another downtime episode, which we have not had since Cinnabar Island. But this one's going to look a little bit differently because our players are now in a populated area with shit that they can do. I know, for example, that Seth is very much wanting to check out the Weather Institute at some point. And I know that there's some training that wants to go on. We've also updated our training rules since the last time we did a downtime activity. So I'm very excited to see where that goes. Really quickly,
Testing.
do you guys want to give them any sneak peeks or any thoughts as to what you guys are going to be doing over the next 2 weeks?
Gavin's gonna go buy a gun for self-protection. Coryne is going to invest in big fire extinguisher. Vermillion is going
Big
to, I think, actually invent a hoodie that makes the hood cinching part even further close. It's just going to be a full covers your hood hoodie that's still breathable.
What a mess.
Just to, yeah, well, but it's like it's in a hood.
Yeah.
The one that has the airbags built into the hoodie.
It's like a little space helmet dome. Yeah, exactly.
Going full
And
Kenny.
then Boo and I are going to look at a unlimited data plan, and we'll take
Yeah.
it from there.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Anything else anybody wants to throw in? Because I think that
mean,
kind of nailed it.
Pretty much
Ava's
covers
going
it.
strong because they're taking protein powder.
Yeah, they're taking protein powder. The days that you needed for that to kick in will have kicked in, which means
Hopefully.
Ava will also gain a size category.
We're gonna have a Staraptor we can ride.
All right.
Incredible.
That one of
Could
you
we?
can ride at a time.
What I think would be cool if we end on our nightly bad guy roll check.
Yeah, we can do that. Fuck yeah. Let's do that
Good.
actually because we're
Do
going into a new day.
do we now get to add a new bad guy because we've upset Alistair?
No.
Ah, look at
No.
that
I'll
look.
hold on to
Look at
that.
that
I'll
look.
hold on to that. I'll think about that for next time, but not for this
Why
one.
would you suggest it?
I doxed him and he became a
No,
domestic
it's
terrorist.
it's specifically for Gavin. Gavin has his own.
Oh,
individual
okay.
enemy role.
Just Gavin.
We're cool. We gave him.
I already
one. We
have
gave
an
him
individual
one.
villain.
Gavin,
My
can
dad.
you roll a d10 for Armand Kingsley, please?
Yes, I can.
No, he was kind of cute.
And roll
3.
a d4 for Alistair.
3, okay.
Maple.
Kenna, can you please roll a d12 for the Blue Rockets?
Don't dare roll a 12.
Oh, I didn't. I rolled a 1.
Oh shit, they go back down
They
by
go back.
1.
Good D20.
Go!
Get right.
They have a setback.
See how I knew it was going to be one of the two. It was going to be
Because
one of those
Kenna
sides
can't-
of the die. Because
Kenna
Kenna
can't
can't just
roll
chaos
let
normal this
let life
campaign.
live. It has to interact with
Sorry.
Matt,
Boys
can you
gotta
roll a
have some kind of
d10 for the
impact.
Crimson Rockets, please?
it. Yeah. Do you want percentile or regular?
Percentile. Let's go spicy. You need double zeros.
I got a 9.
Damn. Okay. Can you, Kenna? Oh,
I'm
sorry.
not
Can you,
Kenna.
Burrty? Can you roll for the only unnamed faction still?
What die is that?
There's only that's gonna be a d12.
That
There's
was
only-
something I was gonna ask and I forgot.
I hinted at it so many times to give you as
I
many
know.
possible opportunities
It was
to ask.
very-
I know.
Nearly a 12. It was an 8.
Damn. Big sad. Okay.
What?
And then
They're next
because
to each
the
other
8
on the
is near
die.
12 on the
Except
d12.
for Matt.
Okay. I don't know. I don't look at
That's like I don't know how to count, but I'm pretty sure that's not
It
right.
went on to a 12 and then rolled
You're
onto the
skipping
8.
a couple numbers.
Kenna, can you please
Wait.
roll for the league?
Yeah, what am I rolling?
You're rolling a d10.
Okay. Wait, they said that the tournament was safe from the Rockets, but what if it's the other group that we're not safe from? What if it's...
Damn, it's
I'm
crazy.
so
It's almost like
scared.
I tried to throw as much foreshadowing as possible in a conversation at you.
I got a 5.
A 5? Okay, so no, but so the only thing that happens is the Blue Rockets deal with a setback. Good to know. You guys are keeping them on their toes. They've been
Blue
set back to D20 twice now. And they've made it all the way down to D10.
And they've been progressed to D12s twice now by
they
one
made it down to
individual.
D10 at one point.
By whomst?
Talk
mostly
about
Kenna. Mostly Kenna. But that is going to be our final roll. So, take it away, that person.
Wow, what a great episode. Thank you for watching this episode of Unbeatable. To support us, head over to our Patreon, where you can get access to our Discord. There we interact with our community and gather questions for our Q&As. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay unbeatable.
I am unbeatable, I'll train until I meet my goal. If stakes are high, no, I won't fold, because I am unbeatable. Earning every badge, whatever it takes, I'm gonna be the best trainer, you just wait. And I know the road ahead looks like it won't be easy. I am unbeatable. Standing by my side, got my friends with me to explore a whole world of possibilities. But no matter what the challenge is, we can overcome it together. Because we are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.